Hey, Grand Rising, it's Shay Seeking, and I'm here to speak to you guys about this Revolt Summit. I guess there's some kind of summit that was put on. I didn't watch the whole thing. I kind of just went in and out of it really quick just to see what they were talking about. And I was just so aggravated that I just, couldn't finish it without having to say something about it. Okay. So this is not a bash. This is not, I don't do post and I don't subscribe to the whole fear mongering of anything. If anything has something to do with fearing anything, I'm not dealing with it. And I don't deal with feelings, okay? I don't deal with people's feelings. So I might come off a little callous, like the one female on this platform that is speaking the most closest to truth, but it seems like everybody else is jumping on her or they're on a different side because of some of the facts that she's laying down, or what one may call facts, or some of the things that are more on the deeper level. Because see, you have to understand that this whole level playing field that we're on, they've always wanted to give us the perception that moves are being made, the perception that anything these people are saying is going to change our outcome, and it is not. It is not until you start talking about the real things that will change the outcome that everybody will go against you because you are bringing forth something that they don't want to hear. Okay? One doesn't want to hear it. They have something they got there in their feelings about church, or they're in their feelings about politics, or they're in their feelings about something. You can be making all the sense in the world, and you can be speaking the most truth than anybody on this platform, but they're going to make fun of, or they're going to start side, you know, uh, placing your or picking, okay, basically picking on the person that is actually, because it sounds foreign to them, because they're not that deep in their understanding. They don't want you too deep into looking at what's going on. They want to set the stage for you like they've done on this summit, and they want to act like these are the things, because these are, like this young lady said on this stage, if you want to keep dealing with your feelings, okay, but the truth is going to hurt. At some point in time, it's going to hurt you and you're not going to want to hear it. So if something sounds truthful, and I can go ahead and do some research and I can find, it may make me feel uneasy. It might even go against something that I said, but I will not go ahead and not correct this by speaking something that comes in that comes up after I have told you something, if it is more closer to the truth than what I said. Because it's not about me, it's about the people, okay? And on that note, since we're talking about the people, we're going to watch a quick clip of this, but I wanted to forewarn you. And I know that there's some that I don't have to do this with, but some, because most people are in the mindsets that these people, and they're agreeing with these people that they think give a damn about you, forgetting the fact that they're, like I keep saying, the have and the have nots. You are the have nots. That includes all people, okay? You are the have nots. There are the haves. And those are the people that pull strings. Those are the people that that stick to a certain agenda while giving the people, deceiving the people into thinking that they're doing something to help um, said people. Okay? All along is just talk. Black leaders, it's just talk. You see what I'm saying? So-called black leaders, it's just talk. Politics, just talk. They're all puppets and talking heads. The world is a stage. They do the performance. They pull actors out of rapping, put them in acting. They take people out of acting, put them in rapping. They take people off of the center stage, and they place them in political arenas. They take these same people and put them on black summits. They do all of this stuff, and it doesn't do anything but cause more. You think it's going to change something for us, but if you look at the psychology and the nature of what's being done, it's still just going to cause a lot of bickering, a lot of commotion, and no solution at the end, okay? So when I say this, for me, why aren't there regular, everyday so-called black people on this stage talking about the issues? Even if these people do look like you, and a lot of these people they look like you, but they're not you. And what I mean not you, I don't even mean by skin tone and everything, and by phenotype, and by them being foreigners, and you being an heir of this throne or this land, okay, that has been tricked with paper genocide history and other lies and other institutions such as religion and church and all this other stuff, and you've been deceived so long you don't even know who you really are. First of all, we run around using the term black, and there's no such thing as a black nationality. African American, that's not, these are misnomers that are used. This is the main scale. So if you're not on that level of speaking, I really don't even trust everything that you're saying, because some of these people know what happened to us, okay? And they will not speak because their owners, just like he's about to talk to here, have a certain agenda. Some of these people unknowingly are going about this, and some of these people know good and damn well what it is. They just can't speak on it. They are there to give you the perception that somebody is rallying for you, so you can sit back like you do with Jesus and let them take care of it and let somebody else take care of it. Meanwhile, those of us that are here on the bottom, the have-nots, okay, are suffering, okay, alongside our neighbors that could be different races than we are, okay? Now, I'm just saying that to say we have to talk about the truth. We have to get down to the nitty gritty. You know what I'm saying? Now, not to say that there's not a division, there's not something different about the so-called American Negroes that thought that they went through slavery, that thought that all of our ancestors came from Africa, and now I'm talking about the ones that have family members that are letting them know that they have Indian in their family, and those people need to go deeper and look, because you might actually find out that you are the Indian, okay? So we have foreigners in this land ruling over subjects or sovereign people. And everything that they use, all of the tools that come through your television, all of your school system, everybody is in on the big secret, but you. Law, judicial systems, the jail system, all of this stuff. Everybody, the main thing that nobody wants you to know is that there was only 250, that the slave trade was fabricated, and that there was an American Indian slavery before there was even an African slavery, and that their own records show that only 250,000 Africans in total from Africa, supposedly Africa, okay, came here in order to be slaves in America to the United States, okay? There was never millions. They've lied to you. It's been debunked, okay? So what I'm telling you is the whole agenda at the gut of it is to keep the American Negro confused, to keep them thinking that they can put all their problems in somebody else's hands, and that's going to help them when it has not done so to this day. So we're going to watch a little clip from this summit. You guys should have gotten from what I just said, regardless if I forgot to say anything. I thought I wrote notes, but I don't really do too well with that. Okay, deception is one. Just because somebody is on a platform and they give you this, these people are actors. Okay, when you figure out that the world is a stage, your perception changes. Now, these people are all who is signing their checks at the end of the day for any of this. Okay, so what you have to understand is just because somebody look like you don't mean that they're for you. Okay. These could be the children of the people that brought said foreigners or Europeans over here and translated for them in order for them to be able to take you and your ancestors' things. So this whole joining with Africa thing, I don't have anything against Africans. They have beautiful people over there. We have beautiful people over here. But we cannot keep putting under the carpet that there were already American Indians that looked like black Negroes, so-called Negroes, today, that were here prior to the colonization of America. That is the number one thing that you need to be worried about. And worried about doing your, not DNA, because that has already been debunked, to let you know that it may not be as accurate as you think it is. Okay? And if I had some kind of system and I wanted to keep some people in a mindset, and do you know who owns the corporations that do the DNA test? Have you done any research? Do you know the things that you're signing up for when you sign on that paper? That they can use your DNA for whatever the hell they want to? Do you know any of these things? Okay? And the fact that they said that there's no way that they can be accurate, it's done with. So what you need to do is your genealogy. That means try to go back as far as you can with your ancestors. And most of you that have already been told that you have Indian in your family, you're going to find out, they may use different terms like colored, but you're going to find out by backtracking that you may have been here already. Okay? Hashtag we was already here. Okay? So now that we get that out of our, and the thing is, the people that are getting rich, we don't understand that the haves that are getting rich every day, richer and richer, while you stay poor, are the ones, and you talk about the white man, this white man, like the everyday white people have any power in this land or anywhere. Come on, guys. They work just like you do. They want the same damn things you want. They just been given a perception of something, and you've been given a perception of something else. Now, I'm not saying you have to get married with these people and have babies or whatever you want. You know what I'm saying? If you want to go that route, or I'm not saying anything about anybody's race or racial mixing or anything. And it's not even on that level what I'm talking about, okay? It's really not even on that level what I'm talking about. I'm just saying that I don't want to cause division, but we have to face the fact if the American Negro, so-called Negro, was already here, their ancestors were already, they would have been called something else. Okay, maybe Amerindians, American Indians. The natives have that term because they are not the original. They are a native. A native is someone that was born in a place and now they're attached to the land, or they sprung from the earth. The earth is you. The earth is the people that were already here. Now, I'm not telling you I know all what complexions they were, but the people of the earth were already here. And I would guess that's the people that can take their bloodline or do their genealogy and go way back to confirm said things, okay? So, again, I guess this might just be something that we're talking about, what I feel like is going on. Again, these institutions, the churches, the politics, all these things are playing a part into keeping us away from what we really need to be focusing on, and that's your genealogy, and that's who you really are. Okay? Because if you look at it in a way where I'm trying to tell you, basically, your ancestors own this place. They were here. Somebody lied to you and told you that you came from Africa, that they did impossible measures in order to get millions of so-called black people over here and enslave them, which is ridiculous because they already had an American Indian slave trade that we don't learn about in school that was going on longer and affected more people than the African slave trade. Again, 250,000 total Africans brought from Africa during the entire slave trade. How did you populate so quickly? Look at the timeline of the people that they brought. Look at how many people was there within the next 2 years or so. It's impossible. The thing that I'm trying to tell you occurred was paper genocide. So what I'm telling you is that they use paper genocide and all these other terms, their newspapers, all these things in order to change the history of this land, to change the story and to eliminate you from power by creating sub-nations that are now taking your lands using a separate title that resembles the title of the people that are originally from here in order to deceive you. So again, a lot of people don't like it when I say it's all about you. Everything ain't all about you, of course. But this that's going on right here is about you and not knowing who you are. And we're using silly terms like black to describe us, which is a misnomer. It is not a nationality again. So anybody that is speaking like this, okay, I cannot take what you're saying seriously, although I can listen to what you're saying. I cannot take it seriously, and I already can see through you in your agenda and whoever your puppet master is that sent you to make me think that you're helping me when the whole thing you're doing could be further harming. But on the surface, it looks like these are some people that's trying to change things, but they are not the people, so they cannot do anything to change it. How could they do something for us? By running their mouths. How? You don't even, and even if you did come from the ghetto, supposedly, right? Because these are actors and they come up with different, what do you want to call it? Little storylines for you to think, oh, I could connect with that. Oh, this girl, she was in the hood. She used to be a stripper. She sold dope and now she a rapper. Oh, hey, maybe if I do those things, I can get to that point. Okay, and I'm just saying, not all people are going to fall for the okie doke, but a majority of the sheeple will. Okay, so these are just certain points that I'm putting forth. And I'm not throwing shade. I'm just stating the way that we need to pay attention to who is supposedly guiding us. Who picked these people to go on the stage and talk about what the hell need to happen in your community? There's already such a diverse group of people with their own agendas on the stage. How can you come up with a resolution? You can't, and they know that. But the silly-minded people that are just thinking on the surface is going to see this and say, oh, y'all seen that summit was put on. Man, they speaking some truth. But the whole thing is, the one person that was speaking closest to the truth, they kept on making fun of her, basically, and shunning her. Okay? Oh, I agree with her, but then mainly, more than likely, you're still disagreeing with what the fuck she's saying because you haven't reached that form, that level of understanding what's going on. Okay? So again, so then it gives everybody else the right to, when somebody's speaking differently, or they've come up with alternative things that are less talked about on platforms because this is done on purpose and strategically. Okay, we're going to just talk about these points that's going to get them riled up and get them in their emotions, but there's not going to be any kind of thing that comes from it. And they know this is how you operate, and they know how to use you. They know how to work with your emotions. They have been doing it over time, and we let them. So I'm saying be careful at who you think is for us, what you think their agenda is. Just be careful, because it ain't always what you think it is on the surface. If they want to get some real life problems solved, get some real life people off the damn street. Put them on a platform and see what we have to say. But they don't want that. They don't want that. So many people are waking up to this indigenous truth and tracking their history back. Why don't we have somebody that's going to put these people on a platform? You know why? Because it's the biggest secret. It's America's biggest secret. And you know what? There's an energy that had made a shift a long time ago and put some of us up on this. And we have been diligently searching, researching, and going back into time to bring you the information so that we can now move forward. But they keep you distracted with little shit like this is going to change anything. And then the person is saying a little bit of woke shit, talking a little bit of truth, so that you think, oh yeah, this is the right thing to be watching because, oh, they speaking truth. They give you a little bit and take it right away because this whole platform was chaotic. Okay? And there's nobody real on the platform to discuss topics that we want to discuss. You think you know, but you have no idea to these industry people that have been put on a platform in order to deceive you. Ultimately, it's deception. I don't give a fuck if they know what they're doing or not. Some of these people come from certain bloodlines where they know exactly what's going on and they don't like your ass and they pretend like they do and they set up things and they really do not. And even if they do care, they are being controlled by an industry that will pull the plug and remove them from their platform immediately if they were talking about some of the stuff that the people that I rock with on my page and others talk about. You wouldn't even get on stage, period. You're not going to be able to do it because that is America's biggest secret. That's the big secret that they have hidden under the skirt of America. So you can think what you want to think, say what you want to say. Be careful when you watching things like this, thinking that this is for you, because it may not be. It's just a perception that something is going good for you. Whole time, everybody want to always put their power into an idol. Jesus was the idol for a long time. Now you got him and other religious figures. I'm not just saying this is just with Christianity. I'm saying it with all the religions. They're control mechanisms in my eyes, okay? So we're not just talking about them. We're still talking about all of the things that throw subliminals in the back of our mind. All of the things that we regurgitate because we've been taught them for generation after generations in school. How many people got to grow up and just go to school to learn about George Washington? Can't we change something? Can't we change something? These people know the psychology and the psychiatry that goes behind all of these things that they do. It's time to break away from it and go within. It's time to break away from it and go within. You can listen to what these people are saying, but I can spot it from a mile away. No matter how much truth you think you're hearing on this platform, you better fact check it. And if they're not talking about nobody being indigenous to America and putting it right out there just like that, you won't have my full backing. And that's just me. I'm always going to be skeptical of what your true agenda is. And they've been using these things, scouts and spies, back in your biblical aspect of it. They've been using it when it comes to the American Indian and the Native American, and some American Indians turning against their brothers and going and siding with other people. They have been using this trick. It's an old trick. Can't you see? Just like they use the celebrities to speak up for us. Who asked them? Who asked Danny Glover to talk about reparations? Who? Do you see what I'm saying? Who really asked these people to go on this platform and talk about an agenda that affects the people? Why not take the people out of the system that you're talking about and speak to them? Why not talk about some of these people that's making noise, thousands and thousands waking up and going back in their genealogy and pulling things out? Why not talk to some of these people and put them on the platform? It'll never happen, because that's the last thing on earth. And when you get that in your mind, you can see through everything that they're doing and that they've been doing to your people. So what I'm trying to say to you is, you need to be on the level where forget all of it. This is what I need to be focused on, because what you're telling me, shade seeking, is that there was people here in America that looked like me before colonization that nobody told me about in all the millions of history books that we had to read through schooling, that nobody took pictures of and put them and promoted them so that we can all see them, that everybody tried to tell you when you say, I got Indian in my family. Oh, no, you don't. Indians look like this. Oh, you just want to be Indian because you want to have this kind of hair and because they beautiful and they look like this. And it's not even about that. It's about your heredity. It's about being heirs. It's about being, kings and queens, but y'all don't know about the ancient histories of the America and the manipulation that has gone on in mythology in other places, in the whitewashing that has been done, so that you will not be able to see yourself in your own damn land. You probably want to go ahead and find out from start with talking to your great aunts and uncles and whatnot, and just find out if this is the case. If somebody ever told you that you got Indian in your family, or you go ask your grandma and she tell you, yeah, you better go look into it. That means that your origin is here in America, and there is an origin that was there in Africa. That don't mean we have to throw shade to them. They are them. They are. What we're trying to do is pull ourselves out of the whole African. What are you gonna call it? Go back to Africa agenda, and letting us know that we have roots right here. That your empires were reigning right here, and not that long ago. Not that long ago. So all I'm asking is just to do that. If you don't get anything else from this video, go and ask your family. And if they tell you that, that's the one little mustard seed that you need to go and turn around your perception, your heritage, all these other things that may have been removed from you, and do right by your ancestors. And that's what I'm saying. They took the energy of these things and put it into idols for you to worship. Whole time, it's you that had to free you. It's you that's going to have to do the footwork. It's you that's going to have to see the deception and change your perception. It's you that's going to have to do the damn work. And we don't like to do the leg work. And so we just sit there and we let other people go on platforms and act like they're going to talk about something that's going to benefit us, when it never will. It never will, okay? That's like a so-called white supremacist trying to get, what was I going to say? Trying to get their child that is has the same mindset as them and was born and bred with that mindset to go into a certain community of people of color and build a school and do something to help those people out and take care of people and be loving with people instead of being hateful. It's just not going to happen. Now, he may change his mind later on and see the deception, because we are not the only ones, again, that have been deceived. And he might change his ways. But he have to be exposed to other ways in order to see that there is a different way to do it. But if he was born and bred there with those people, and those are the type of people that were surrounding him, out the gate, he's going to have that mentality. Okay? So, what I'm just trying to say, and I hope that made sense toward the end, what I'm just trying to say is we cannot keep falling for it. Search for something within. Listen to what these people have to say, because they'll show you themselves, just like T.I. said. And I've been seen him and any other celebrity or celebrity that they have to try to push an agenda and give a platform to say something. Because if he was saying something that was really going to do something to free you or change your mind, they wouldn't have it. And on that note, I'll talk to you guys later.